What's up guys, just Messi here and welcome to a brand new video. Welcome to week number 6 of top 10 transfers of the week, and today I'm going to be doing it on the web app because we've got a lot to get through, as well as some players that missed out on the top 10 alone. That, and I'm also trying to work on another template because as of right now I think my current one doesn't really suit how I think FIFA 17 will actually look in game, guys. So before you get any further, as always, if you can smash 1,000 likes, that'd be absolutely awesome. If you're new to my channel, click the subscribe button for daily FIFA content and in the comments below let me know who you think has been the best transfer of the window so far. And if it's my first video from today, download in that description box, guys. 8 of his transfers, and after 9 PM is the second video of the day. And these player ratings and stats aren't actually player predictions. In fact, they're all taken from the current head-to-head update. So some of these players could be very similar to what they're like at the start of FIFA 17. So let's start off with the players that did not make my top 10 this week. First up, Jerry Menez going to Bordeaux, going back to France from AC Milan, I believe on a free transfer, also very, very cheap. And if you actually see his pictures, by the way, from a couple of days ago on his debut for Bordeaux, he kind of lost a bit of his ear. I haven't seen a clear video for it, but what I have seen is quite a few pictures and stuff of how it happened. I believe the guy's studs actually scraped down the side of his head, and the top of his ear basically got cut off via that. So it looks absolutely disgusting and quite a horrible start for him. Then we have got Piero Sisto today going to Celta Vigo. He joined them for around £5 million from FC Midtjylland, and in regards to FIFA next year, he has actually got a downgrade on head-to-head, but I'm assuming we'll probably keep the 73 or possibly even higher at the start of 17. Then we've got Baba Rahman going to FC Schalke from Chelsea on a loan deal for the whole season. He didn't really work out from whatsoever at Chelsea. They paid big money from last season, I think it was 18 mil or something from Augsburg, and he hardly played a game. They've got Aspilicueta and stuff, but still. And based on how good he was in the Bundesliga for Augsburg, I'm pretty sure he's probably good enough to play a few more games he did last season. And also on top of that, Conte went to him and told him he attacks too much. That's the reason he has been loaned out. Then we have got Milik today. He actually featured in last week's episode, but it was only confirmed probably about 6 days ago. Now, I did jump the gun on this one, but the reason for this, there were a lot of pictures going around of him holding the Napoli shirt, the scarf and stuff, and it was all done before this week actually started. So that's the reason he's in last week's episode and not in this one. Then we have got Max Kruse going to Werder Bremen. It's a solid deal for them, but not so good for Wolfsburg. They actually bought him for 10.2 mil last summer from Mönchengladbach and sold him for half that just 1 year later. Then we have got Idrissa Gueye this time going to Everton for his release clause of around 7.1 mil. And I think he'll do absolutely fine there and potentially could be playing CDM or centre mid. And finally we've got Llorente going to Swansea. I just don't think it's good enough to get into my top 10, but I'll show you my top 10 right now. So first up we've got Ross McCormack going to Aston Villa. So this one is from Fulham for £12 million after he was accepted a few days ago. His stats last season, 49 games, 23 goals and 11 assists in 4,397 minutes. His current head-to-head stats are very similar to the ones he actually has right now on his upgrade card on FIFA older teams. So there's a few minus ones here and there, but overall very similar. So I have said it every single time about him. Villa need a goal scorer, and this guy, he's a veteran in the Championship. He's been there for so many seasons now, and I've said before as well, I'm very surprised he's not actually played in the Premier League yet. There's actually quite a lot of pressure on him in particular to get Villa back to the Premier League instantly, because he's a goal scorer now. They didn't really have, last season they had Ayew and stuff, and I think it was Rudy Gestede. They didn't really contribute too much, but that's basically also to the players around them. And when I was talking about the stats, he did get 11 assists. I believe he gets a lot of assists every season because he's not just a goal scorer, he's also a very good creative player. I imagine could have quite a good partnership with Jordan Ayew as well if he does stay at the club. Now, number 9 this week, we have got Peter Zielinski going to Napoli. So the first initial rumoured fee was €20 million, but now apparently it's £11.9 million, which I think is around 14 to 15 million euros. So not a bad fee whatsoever, and that's from Udinese, and last season spent out on loan at Empoli. And his stats last season were 36 games, 5 goals and 6 assists in 3,126 minutes. He can play a central attacking midfield role, like I think he has every now and then for Poland, the national team, but last season for Empoli did play as a central midfielder. And his current stats on head-to-head are really, really nice. It's a 74 rated centre midfielder, 76 pace, 79 dribbling and 75 passing, and in terms of the silver, he looks pretty usable. He does in fact get a hype link as well to Milik, his Polish teammate now at Napoli. I can't say I've watched any live games of him because I honestly haven't. The only times I've actually seen him play is in YouTube videos basically. That's when we'll link to him. I wanted to get a little bit just to see what he's like, but they only show the good bits really. But apparently though he is a good player. He's a Poland international, was in the Euro 2016 squad as well, despite he played a couple of games here and there. Actually I think he just played the one. And again, has a nice upgrade on head-to-head, could be a very good silver or a very cheap gold card next year on FIFA 17. Then we got to number 8 this week, Kapustka. The fee was £7.5 million from Cracovia Krakow in the Polish league, and last season 35 games, 5 goals and 10 assists in 2,660 minutes. And his current card on FIFA older team is just 62 rated with a 64 rated TOTS item. So as of right now on head-to-head, 69 rated left midfielder with 80 pace, 68 dribbling, 62 shooting and 67 passing. So it doesn't look too fantastic to be honest, but I imagine now he's got a Premier League move, potentially could be a much better looking card for FIFA 17. And I say it every time, I'm really looking forward to seeing how he settles into the club, because Leicester City right now, obviously they've got Champions League football and stuff, they've got a lot of games next year, so it's guaranteed game time. And finally, he could be one to watch next season as potentially one of the best buys this season if it all works out, and I really hope it does, because this guy is a massive, massive talent. Then we got to number 7, that is going to be Mohamed Diarmi going to Newcastle. The fee was just £4.5 million, which was in fact his release clause from Hull City, and it went through a couple of days ago now. He did not play in the opener though yesterday against Fulham. His stats last season then for Hull, 45 games, 10 goals including the actual winner in the playoff final, 4 assists in 3,143 minutes. His stats on head-to-head are currently the exact same as to what they are on FIFA older teams, so no change there apart from the position from a centre mid to a cam. The reason he's in my top 10 then, he's a very slow player for Newcastle to bring in. I mean, £4.5 million, nothing nowadays, and it's a player that has got championship experience now after last season, and a player that can make a bit of a difference. So Newcastle are the favourites to win the championship this season, but like I mentioned before, they did lose their opener last night to Fulham 1-0. And did you see Odoi, by the way, the right back, the Belgian right back for Fulham? Did you see his skill? It's something that if Ronaldinho or Ronaldo or someone pulled off, everyone would go absolutely nuts for it. And it was so sick. Like a backspin around the defender, absolutely love that. Also, like I mentioned before, he did actually score the winner in the playoff final for Hull to get promoted, but now he's going to go back down to the championship. Number 6 this week is going to be a player called Roberto Soriano. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to speak too much about him because I've never actually seen him in real life, but I'm hoping to watch a bit more of him next season for Villarreal. So £11.99 million from Sampdoria, and he actually started off in Germany. He's born in Darmstadt, but he has chosen to play for Italy then as a national team. So last season played 40 games, get 8 goals and 3 assists in 3,093 minutes. So like Zielinski, I've never seen him play, so I can't really say too much about him, although I have heard a lot of good things about him regarding the move to the BBVA. And Villarreal, they seem to be building quite a decent squad now. And talking about Villarreal, I really want Pato to kind of start reaching his potential he's always had, just he needs to get himself fit and stuff and get a string of games. Then we go on to number 5 this week. That is going to be Jacob Blaszczykowski going to Wolfsburg. The fee was £4.25 million from Borussia Dortmund, and last season was spent out on loan out Fiorentina in the Serie A, which honestly was not too successful. 20 games, 2 goals, 4 assists in just 1,007 minutes. Although being part of 6 goals in 1,000 minutes, it doesn't actually work out too badly. So either way, he did have quite an injury-plagued season for them. I believe he missed the openers, I think it was, then struggled to actually get a place in the team after that. He's looking to get back to his best like he was for Borussia Dortmund a few years ago now. I mean, the last couple of seasons have not been great for him. His last year at Borussia Dortmund was not fantastic, and obviously, like I said, last season, a few injuries here and there. He does bring a lot of experience, and finally onto his actual card rating, 78. It's quite a big downgrade from his current Ultimate Team stats because that's what he is on head-to-head. He's actually had 3 downgrades so far this year on the database. Then we go on to Mohamed Salah today at number 4, and this one, I thought this was done ages ago. But no, it turns out that Chelsea did tweet the other day since Salah had joined Roma on a permanent basis. Apparently the fee was around £12.75 million, and he was on loan at Roma last season. And his stats for them were 42 games, 15 goals and 9 assists in 3,402 minutes. So again, it finally went through permanent basis after a loan, and I think it's really good business by Roma. It's a very good fee for someone who's performed so well for them over the last year, and also currently on transfer market, the site I use for all my information, he's currently valued at 22.95 mil. So they paid £10 million total as to what that site actually values him at. So fair play to them, good business. Number 3 this week is going to be a player not an Ultimate Team, that's going to be Gabriel Jesus from Palmeiras. He has joined Manchester City from the Brazilian club for £27 million, but then loaned straight back to the club until January of 2017. I think the Brazilian league is still underway, and again it ends in like December or January. So his current stats, 19 games, 15 goals and 3 assists in just 1,578 minutes. And that is a really, really good ratio. He can play striker, left wing or right wing or even cam, so very versatile. He's been dubbed as the next Neymar, and that could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Personally, I don't like that type of stuff. Players should try and be the best they can be themselves rather than trying to imitate someone else. And if you're a City fan and want to see how good he is, he's actually currently playing at the Olympics in the Brazilian national team. The very first game on Thursday night, I think it was, he actually missed an open goal. £27 million is a big fee, but the one thing about this one is the fact that Pep has watched him a lot. Pep obviously wanted him, and that is quite a big indication to show how good he potentially could be. I'm looking forward to seeing how well he does in the Premier League, and I imagine most teams now, if there's a youngster available to him at even like a decent fee, they'll probably gamble on it now because they probably saw Barca buy Neymar at a young age, and look how good he is. And number 2 this week, we've got Antonio Candreva making the switch to Inter Milan from Lazio for £18.7 million. Last season he played 44 games, getting 12 goals and 5 assists in 3,141 minutes, and as you probably noticed, I think right now on our Ultimate Team he's 83 rated, but on head-to-head just 81. So that's quite a big downgrade for a player that honestly, stats-wise, did contribute to 17 goals last season, which in my opinion, not bad at all. He was linked to Chelsea, but that probably could be down to the fact that Conte is the manager most likely, as of course he was a national team manager, and he did play for Italy at Euro 2016. I think he played the opening 2 group games, and after that, I don't think he played at all, but either way, was part of that 23-man squad. And whenever Inter Milan buys someone for quite a big fee, I've noticed that a lot of people mention the financial fair play situation for them, so I'm not sure of their financial status, but if it is quite dodgy, they may have to sell someone like Icardi. And number 1 this week, we've got Leroy Sané, the young German going to Manchester City. So it's cost them £37 million according to English papers, but in Germany, some sites are saying 42.5, and that is from FC Schalke. So his stats last season, 42 games, 9 goals, 7 assists in 2,925 minutes. His current stats on Ultimate Team are 76 rated right midfielder, 91 pace, 80 dribbling, 73 shot, and 68 passing. I think he's got a 3-star week from the 3-star skills or something, and that's actually a week for a downgrade, by the way, to his current one on Ultimate Team. But I've seen a lot of people say that 4-star skill moves, 4-star week for could be a massive possibility for FIFA 17. So the reasons, here's my number 1 this week then. Big fee, big expectations, but I think a player like him potentially could absolutely thrive on it. But sometimes a fee can make or break a player. I think Raheem Sterling, despite him acting confident and stuff, I think the 50 mil price tag, it kind of adds a lot of pressure to them. And for someone being so young, that could be really hard to handle, but hopefully for Leroy Sané, he can become a world beater. So a few months ago when Pep Guardiola was actually still Bayern Munich boss, I believe in the papers and stuff, he did actually do a quote regarding Leroy Sané, saying how good he was. He's really liked him for a long time now, and it's taken him a while, but finally he's got his man. He's a very exciting talent and very direct at running at people, but the only thing about it, I'm very confused at how many games he'll actually start next season for City. He started as a silver on FIFA 16, got a 75 rated upgrade card, then an 83 I think rated tots. So either way, I think he could potentially be like a 78 or a 79 come FIFA 17. And that then, guys, has been my top 10 transfers of the week, week number 6. So as always, if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button. 1,500 likes would be absolutely awesome. If you're my channel, class the subscribe button for daily FIFA content. Comments below what you think has been the best deal so far in the transfer window. And if you missed today's first video, it's down below in that description box, guys. 8 minutes transfers, and after 9 PM is the second video of the day. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.